Hi, welcome back to Brush Tips with Sherry. Today we are actually going to paint a guitar, so if you love music like I do, then this is definitely the painting for you. I'm going to switch it up a little bit, change up how this is actually going to look. We're going to do a black and white background, and then we're going to do a brown and red guitar. I figured I'd throw in a little bit of mix today and see how you guys can follow along with that. So I'm super excited to paint this, and our colors today are our fancy paint palette. Don't forget about that. We have bright red, raw sienna, burnt umber, black and white. All right. Of course, if you wanted to add the blues and the greens, go ahead and throw that on your paint palette. We are also going to be working with 4 different brushes today. Our Big Daddy, we love him because he pushes all of our paint around, right? We also have our little round brush, which is great for some of the lines that we're going to be working with. We also have a medium rectangle brush, and then a small rectangle brush. Okay? So we're going to drop those guys in water because they like to be sitting in that little bathtub of water. Make sure they stay nice and wet. All right, so we're going to start with this background. We are going to mix some black and white to make some gray. So I'm just pulling over on the side of the palette here, and I'm not going to overmix. All right, I'm just going to start throwing it on there. Remember, I got to move a little fast because we only have so many minutes to do this. So if you get a little stumped or a little behind, that's okay. Just go ahead and stop the show and just keep going. All right, so I love a gray background. I think that it's really, really great with a lot of the decor now that people are using in their homes. And I'm not going to overmix because I want there to be some streaks in there, okay? Don't forget about your sides, like I do, a lot of. Then we have to go back in and paint them later. My paint's not moving, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my brush nice and wet, shake it off there, and just start painting. So this is a fun little piece that I have today. This was actually inspired by a friend that is very, very dear to me. Loves guitars, loves music, and I haven't actually pulled this one out in a while, so I was pretty excited when I thought about it this morning because I always wait till the very last minute to pick my paintings. Of course, if you ever have any suggestions on paintings, I'm always willing to listen to them. Make sure you shoot me a message and tell me, hey, you should paint this or you should paint that. And hit that top up there. I'm just going to go this way with this just to play around with it. We'll pull it back down this way. Just get all of that canvas covered. I'm not so worried about over here because this is where our guitar is going to start to go. We're going to bring it down here and make that guitar there. So I'm not overly worried about the middle. But if you want to hit the middle, then definitely hit the middle. Hit those sides, hit those sides. You hear that canvas? You hear that dry brushing I have going on? Cringe-worthy, right? For all my artist friends out there that hear that. They're like, wet your brush, wet your brush. All right. We have lots of fun paintings to pick from, so if you guys ever want me to paint something special on this show, please follow us. Shoot us a message. Like our page, shoot us a message. Check out any of these pages here. I almost stumbled on my words there. See, I get so tuned into painting that I forget that I'm talking to you all. So in a couple weeks, we're actually going to have a special guest on the show. She's going to come on and paint with us. She's like, why are you calling me out like that? Some of you may know her. I'm not going to reveal the secret yet. All right, keep mixing, right? Keep getting all that paint on there. Let's just throw some paint on here, okay? We're going to have to do that air drying again. I always feel like I'm turning my back towards you, and I don't mean to. Here we go. Don't mind my singing. You don't need to message me and tell me I'm a bad singer. I already know. All right, so this is looking good. What I want you to do, very last thing, after you get this background done, is just wet your brush and take water and just move that paint around a little bit, just to give it more of a streaky look. You see how I'm going up and down the whole time? I'm not lifting my brush halfway, like here. I'm not going like this, going up and down, the whole time, okay? Always be moving your brush side to side, up and down, like you're sweeping a floor. So I didn't do my bottom yet, so lift up, hang on the back of your easel. Our fun little paint the bottom trick. Whoop. Look at me. Look at how sloppy I'm being. Let's play with this a little bit. Let's hit some of these spots. Okay. Let's hit them. There we go. Now, we have to let it dry. You guys at home can take a little break, walk away, go get a snack. Step back, take a look at it. Remember how important it is to step back and take a look. But we need to let it dry. Me, I'll just fan it, which is nice because under these lights get a little hot. I like to make a nice fan for me. All right. So mine is dry enough to where I can move on. I want your painting to be completely dry. So if you are in a hurry, you can blow dry it with a blow dryer, or you could just let it sit. The acrylic paint really dries fast. You can tell that it's still wet by how shiny it is. I'm sure you could see the shine in the camera on the TV. So let's add some red to this background. Now I picked the bright red just because I think it's going to add some really, really nice flares to it. And I'm just like randomly brushing it on there. Okay? Do you see how fast I did that? I didn't even rub it in. Then I'm actually going to grab some of this raw sienna, which is like this mustard yellow color. And I'm just right beside it, just going to run this down and real lightly feather through here. Okay. How's that looking so far? Good? Perfect. Now I'm going to take some of this black, straight black. Very, very little. I'm going to pull it to the side because I only want a very, very little on this brush, okay? And I'm just going to run down fast. I'm going to lift up fast. Pull it to the side real fast, okay? Let's throw some over here. Now usually I do this afterwards just to accent the piece, but I really want this part to be dry for when I add my guitar. So that's why I'm doing this side first, this part first. But feel free to just take your time and do it when you are comfortable. I need some more white. We're out of white. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. See how nice that was? Came right out. It's almost empty, so I was kind of worried that I was going to get a little paint noise coming out of there. Let's throw some white in here. And some white over here. We're just going to make this guy pop a little bit, okay? I wonder when I'm going to have a girl painting. I keep calling them guys. This guy. Maybe because this is more of like a guy painting, I think. Unless you really, some chicks are really good at guitar. Me, I am not. I don't think I could play a guitar. I have a really amazing guitar hanging in my house that my grandfather made. So that is fun to look at every day. All right, let's get this guitar on here. So I brought our friend, Chalk. We all know who Chalk is, right? Sometimes it's easier to sketch on with the chalk because it is erasable, so you can always go ahead and erase it, okay? So I'm just gonna come down like this. There is my guitar beginning right here, okay? And then this is super easy, okay? If you need to, bring it up. Bring it up and bring it down like this, okay? It's okay to bring it up. So it's almost like a heart shape. And then we're gonna bring it and just keep playing with it, okay? There's nothing wrong with just playing around with your chalk because we can always erase it. Then we're gonna grab some brown here. And even some of this raw sienna too. Just kind of mix these together. Don't add too much raw sienna. It's gonna give it a dirtier brown, like a dingy brown looking, and we want it to be bright and bold brown, okay? So this is what we're going to do. I'm gonna add this first, okay? And remember, take a step back and look at it. If you're worried about how it's looking, take a step back. Let's drop this guy down. Okay. Then we're gonna bring that. Let's bring this guy over here. And then we're gonna fill this in. I'm gonna take a lot because I need to fill this guy in here. Paint's still a little wet. Now you see I'm going right over this chalk. Look, it erases. So don't freak out. Okay? Get this bottom. Get all this painted in. Hear that banging on there? My goodness. All right, look at this. This is fancy guitar. That's what we're gonna call this, a fancy guitar. You know what this would make? A great Father's Day gift. You could paint this for your dad, or your grandpa, or your husband, or your boyfriend, or whoever. Whoever loves guitar, you could totally paint this. And during your little painting, if you have an issue, message me, call me, email me. I'm here to help you. Okay, so I want this to dry. I can sit here, I'll just blow on it. If I pass out, someone will come in and help, right? Someone will come in and finish this painting for me. Let's try this real fast. Look at, oh, it looks so good. I'm super excited to put these finishing touches on it. You're gonna love it. Once you see it all coming together, you're gonna be super surprised at how just this little brown guitar can turn into something super awesome. All right, ready? Dry enough, right? There's that swooshing again. Everyone loves that swooshing. No, they don't. It's funny. All right, I'm gonna grab some of this raw sienna and just throw some raw sienna in there. You can see I'm barely adding it in. Just doing some highlights, okay? just some highlights. Then I'm going to take that red, clean out that brush. We're going to add this little pocket on the inside where the strings go, right? My paint is still pretty wet, but that's okay. We want this to have more of like a vintage rustic looking to it, okay? Perfect. And remember, walk away, step back and take a look at it. If you're nervous about how it's looking, step back. Okay. Let's clean this brush. Let's let this part dry a couple minutes. We'll play around with the handle part of it. I guess I should have found out what that was called, huh? Oops. Then I could have referred to it the right way. Now I'm going to get tons of messages from all my friends who play guitar, and they're going to be like, for real? Be like, yes, for real. For real. I love it. I love it. Let's throw some around here. Perfect. You see how I'm running my brush down the guitar? Going in a nice smooth motion. Clean that guy off again. Then this is where that little rectangle brush is going to come into play. We're actually going to need this really, really, really fine straight line. So I want you to pull it off of your paint palette like this, and you're just going to go straight down. Okay. 2. And remember, my paint is still a little bit wet, so my brown is. And these don't have to be perfectly straight lines. Ooh, that brown is super wet. It's okay. Add this guy down there. Bring this up. Now once this dries, I can also go in and add the brown or the black lines back in. But mine is super wet. Okay. I'm going to blow this real quick and let it dry like this. Hurry, dry, dry, dry. Does everyone hear the air blowing from it? Let's see. Oh yeah, it's getting there. It'll be good. We got this. I love putting the details in the guitar. I think that it really just brings the guitar alive. It makes it pop from the painting. You know, in the past shows, if you've watched a couple of them, you can see where you can tell like right when the painting pops and right when it comes alive. And with our peacock, it was awesome because I was able to add the eyes, and it was like it just decided to come out of its shell, out of hiding there. I'm going to add some white accents around here, and just real quick. They don't have to be perfect. I'm also going to add some black just to play with it. Okay. I love it. It is looking awesome. Let me grab one of these brushes again here. I'm going to take some white. I'm just going to run some white through this red here. It's pretty dry. It's dry enough. There we go. I'm going to grab some more red. Just come along here with this red. Make that pop. Bring this out. I'm gonna grab some of this raw sienna and just pull up from the bottom here with whatever red is in my brush. I want to accent this guitar. Okay. How's this looking? Good? Got this. So I'm going to take a little bit of black, and we actually have to make some special things on this guitar here. These tuners right here. So you could just go ahead and throw a little circle right there. And you can throw a little circle right here. And what I want to do is I want to make it look vintage. I want to make it look rustic. So I'm just going to grab this brush and just pull off of here. See how it just smears it out just enough? I'm going to take this too. Take this here. See how that popped? See how that separated that from the actual guitar? Bring that in. Again, if you wanted to add other colors, you totally can, like in the original. I'm going to grab some more of this brown here. I'm going to throw it in here. Throw this up here. Bring some of this down. Again, don't remind me that I cannot sing. But if you call me and you want me to do like a singing telegram for you, I think I will, just because it's fun to sing. Music was a big part of my life growing up, so I do love songs. I love a lot of music. My kids know a lot of great oldies. And that means the world to me, because when they can refer to some really good old songs, that makes me happy. I feel like I've accomplished myself as a mom, right? Okay, let's outline this guy right here. Add some white. Just doing these finishing touches. Straight line down. Go as straight as you can. If you have to steady your hand on a canvas, on the canvas like this with your pinky on there, that helps. It does. It really, really does help a lot. And then run your hand down with it. Let's add a little white through here. Okay. Let's see. We need some lines this way. 3 lines. Let's add some of these lines through here. Whoa. Do you see that big drip? We're going to clean that right up. We are just going to add that right into this painting. There we go. Mistake fixed. White is like our magic eraser. Okay? And let's go zoom, 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 zoom. And it's okay if it goes off. I think it just adds to it, like where I went over here. I actually did that on purpose. I think it adds to this painting. It makes it look like almost not put together, which is what I like. I'm going to hang this guy up here. I want to bring in some of this white down here. Okay. Usually I do this with a big brush, but that's okay. Let's see. Here we go. Let's cover this with some black over here. Some black over here. Let's connect this. We want this to be connected to the guitar, right? Oh, perfect. It looks amazing. I can't wait to see all of yours. Remember to send it to me. Send it to me so I can feature it on our Facebook page. Brush Tips Studio. You could check it out. You can come paint with me here on the show. So I can see all your awesome artwork. I love it. So I'm trying to add some black into there. This White is still a little damp. It's okay though. Add those strings in. You went a little heavy on that one, and it's okay. Strings go over this. Okay, let's add some black there. Come and shoot us a message with your painting. All right, let's add some black in here, like it's pulling up from the ground. All right, let's bring some of these highlights in. Just brush it. You can hear the brush hitting the canvas. It's a dry brush. My brush isn't wet. Let's do this side. And then I'm going to throw some red in there, make this pop, and just finish this guy up. Let's get some of this red. This is a bright red. Let's drop this guy down. How's this looking? I like the messy backgrounds. The messy backgrounds make me happy. All right, so take a step back, look at your masterpiece. Let me know how you love it. Let me know what your thoughts are, and if you need any help creating your masterpiece. There we go. Thanks again for watching.